Hello everybody and welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is like my 7th take. Yo, being a content creator is not easy, but it sure is fun. I love this very much and I feel like it's part of my purpose. It's like a passion project. It's like a creative outlet because I am a creative. Anyway, I'm a psychologist for those who are new to this channel. I'm a little big sister as well, because I get to share nuggets of wisdom from my own life experiences. We get to learn together, laugh about it, reminisce, and all the good stuff. You get nuggets of wisdom from here, story times, all that good stuff. So if you're a returning subscriber, thank you very much, lovely gang. I love each and every one of you. Today, as you can see from the title of the video, I'm going to be talking about anxiety once again. This is part 2 of the video. Let's talk about anxiety. You can see it here. I'll leave a link in the description box and the card here so that you can go and see that first and come back here, because on there I talk about what it is as a disorder, the different types of anxiety disorders that are there according to the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders, 5th edition, that we use as mental health professionals to guide us in our diagnosis. So yeah, there's a definition. We also talk about panic attacks, anxiety attacks, which are very often, the difference, which one is better in terms of intensity. Find that good stuff in the part 1 video of anxiety. So in this part of the anxiety series, we're going to delve into the symptoms according to the DSM-5 and in general from other sources like from internet, from research, from studies, all that. So the symptoms, we're also going to talk about management techniques, how to deal with anxiety or anxiety symptoms. If you are experiencing them or if a loved one is, be sure to share with friends and loved ones. Supports my channel. So we talk about how to manage anxiety, we talk about habits that make anxiety worse, and we also talk about treatment, like management techniques, treatment, symptoms, and habits that make anxiety worse. So of course you're going to do the opposite of what these habits are. You know, like an example is not getting enough sleep. That will worsen anxiety if you already have it, or if you don't, it will predispose you to having anxiety. Therefore, what's the opposite of that? Get your sleep in check. Sleep 6 to 8 hours each and every night. Sleep hygiene, all that good stuff. So let's get into the meat of the video. I'm very happy that you are here. I even wanted to wear a happy color, yellow. I'm really feeling really cute right now. So I hope you're feeling cute as well where you are. Let's share in the glory of feeling cute. Yeah? Because you are fearfully and wonderfully made. Yeah? Okay. Let me stop yapping. Let's get right into it. So it's only fair that we start with symptoms so that you can be able to recognize when you or a loved one or someone that you work with, a colleague, someone in your environs is experiencing anxiety, so that you can be able to help them out, tell them to get help, and stuff like that. Like you're able to recognize it in them, point them out, tell them to seek professional help. Amen. Amen. Yo, you're not in church, Kisha. Anyway, you feel me? Yeah, sorry for the non-religious folks. I can't help it. I'm a child of the Most High God. It just flows. I can't help it. Anyway, as usual, I did my homework. Of course, I'm a psychologist, I know these things, but I want to be elaborate, accurate, and organized. Therefore, I have my notes, and so I'm going to read from them, elaborate. If you have any questions, you can shoot them down in the comment section below. Let's have a conversation about it. Yeah, and rid ourselves of the stigma that is mental illness. Like it's just an illness like any other. Vile you wouldn't feel shameful talking about kumwa na tumbo. Ufai feel shameful about being depressed, being anxious, having hallucinations, or being burnt out, having trauma, all that. Like it should just be normal stuff at this point. Yeah, and people, psychologists, psychiatrists, mental health professionals, mental health enthusiasts all over the world right now, especially on the internet, are doing a very good job on eradicating the stigma. So yay to us. Yeah, we get the help that we all need. Amen. Sorry. Anyway, symptoms of anxiety. Okay. These ones are not very common. They're not very much talked about, and so these symptoms, they may take you by surprise, but they are symptoms of anxiety. So in psychology, we have something we call BFRBs, body focused repetitive behaviors. Body focused repetitive behaviors. Examples in like biting your nails, hair pulling, skin picking. These are all examples of BFRBs. And when someone is anxious, they tend to like bite their nails. When you're stressed, when you're overthinking, when you're worrying, you pick the skin on your fingernail, on your fingers or any other part of your body. You pick your skin and stuff like that. So that's a symptom of anxiety. Another symptom of anxiety is sleep problems. For depression, sleep problems could go either way. It could be too much sleep or kidogo sleep. So for someone with anxiety, usually it's not getting enough sleep. That's why earlier I mentioned that not getting enough sleep is a bad habit that predisposes you to getting anxiety. Or if you already have anxiety, it makes it worse. Therefore, a symptom that things are not going really well with your mind, with your mental health, is the fact that you're not getting enough sleep. Why? Because you're thinking about stuff, you're up worrying, you're not able to stay asleep, like you're not at peace. Why are you not at peace? Because you are anxious. So I've written here that the sleep problem could be not being able to sleep through the night or sleeping too much. That's more on the depression side of things. Mostly for anxiety, it's not getting enough sleep or not being able to stay asleep. Unalala 3 hours alafu unaamka uko like, okay, I was not done sleeping, but you won't let me sleep. What's going on? So those are 2 symptoms so far. I hope I'm not going too fast. The third symptom of anxiety that is not very common is use of fear language. What is fear language? Speech that is discouraging, speech that is negative, speech that is pessimistic. I am afraid, I cannot, I am concerned, I can't do it, I am worried, things like that. That's fear language. So that could be something to watch out for. Watch how you speak. Because what you speak emanates from what you're thinking of. So you could be thinking like of negative stuff, and therefore that's why you're talking fear, like you're having worst case scenarios in your mind, and you can tell from how you're speaking. Yeah. So the fourth symptom of anxiety is restlessness. Not being able to sit still. You must fidget, you must move your hands, you must play with something, play with your hair, you must tap your legs, you must swing. Like you just can't sit still, you just can't relax. Because it feels like you have to be doing something, you know. And then another symptom is forgetting important details as a result of being overwhelmed by your thoughts, leading to you not being in the moment or in the present. So you're forgetting important details because you are in your mind. You're not present in the conversation, in the meeting, in the interaction, in the activity you're doing. You might even be doing an activity, pouring yourself a cup of tea, but you're not there. Usahau kuweka sukari because your mind is not there in the present. Then that's not something you usually forget. Like, sugar tastes good, come on, nani atasahau kuweka sukari kwa chai? But your mind is not there, you're absent-minded, you forget stuff, you're not in the present moment because you're in your head thinking about other stuff, worrying, you know, you're nervous about stuff, and therefore you forget important things because even at school, you're not paying attention to the lecturer, to the teacher, and you're in your head. Therefore, you'll forget important details. Maybe stuff the LEC emphasized on, maybe an announcement that was made by the LEC, and then you're not able to meet that deadline. You're like, yo, how? People are like, how didn't you know? I mean, how did you not know? You were in class, but why you in class? Your body was in class, but your mind was not, yeah? So just be in the present moment. Try as much as you can. Of course, it's easier said than done, especially for someone who's dealing with anxiety or feeling very anxious. But it will make your life easier because you will appreciate what is happening. You will enjoy stuff. It's like going to a concert. and listening to music in your earphones. Like you're at a uko kwa concert, like enjoy the concert. That's the same concept. Yeah, enjoy the life that is happening right in front of you, instead of being in your head about possible situations that could go wrong later in the future that you're not even sure of will go wrong. Yeah. So that's a symptom. Forgetting important details as a result of being overwhelmed by your thoughts. We've also said not being able to stay still, sleep problems, and body focused repetitive behaviors like hair pulling, nail biting, and skin picking. Again, we have another symptom here that's not very common: daydreaming. Like una fanto sana Buddha. Like I think like in high school we use it so much as a coping mechanism to escape the harsh reality that is boarding school, especially. Like you're sleepy all the time, you're hungry, you miss home, you're waking up early, you have all these lessons. Like it's not the best place to be. And so you're in your head about the foods you'd rather be eating, the people you'd rather be spending time with, and all these other things that are not in school. Therefore, you're daydreaming so much. That's different from this symptom that I am describing. This is daydreaming that interferes with with you performing tasks. Like you can naweza katoa hapa pale nimekaa, I am staring outside my window. I'm just thinking about the future. I'm escaping reality so much that hours pass. I'm just daydreaming. I'm not able to do the assignment that nilisema nitafanya during the afternoon. I end up spending my afternoon daydreaming. Then I'm like, I've wasted the whole of today because life is too hard and I'd rather be in my own head, you know? That's dangerous. And it will affect your functionality. You'll fall behind in school, at work, you'll be procrastinating. And procrastination brings about anxiety because you won't be able to meet deadlines or you'll be working under pressure. That's not a good feeling to have. And it's not the best way to live. Like, do today what you can today. Actually, that has been my challenge this week. I have a list of I have a to-do list with a list of items I'm supposed to accomplish. And it feels good ticking them off and like seeing I'm making progress, because you need to do today what you can do today. Like even this video, I should have shot it weeks ago, but I thank God that I'm here and I'm shooting it right now. But like, who knows, maybe it would have gotten me a lot of engagement, lead me to a brand sponsorship that I would have missed because I'm posting it later. Like being in your own head causes procrastination, which leads to anxiety. But this symptom of daydreaming too much that it affects your performance is a symptom in itself, because it means that you can't stand your reality that much, that uko in your head sana. Yeah, like you're worrying too much. So don't you see worry? Let me daydream. Yeah, basically that's it. It's called actually maladaptive daydreaming. That's the term for it. So maladaptive daydreaming, as I have explained, may be a way to cope with anxiety. You're feeling anxious, therefore you escape the real world. So if someone is daydreaming too much, start asking questions. How are you? How are you doing? You've been distracted lately. You're in your head too much. What's going on? Are you okay? Like, it's important to check up on people when you see these signs manifesting. Yeah. So a study done in 2020, hitting you with the facts. Like, this is not just hearsay. This is actually something that is real. A study done in 2020 linked maladaptive daydreaming to GAD. GAD is generalized anxiety disorder, the most common anxiety disorder. That's what we refer to when we say someone has anxiety. They have anxiety about a lot of things. It's not like social anxiety, where it's about interacting with people. This is anxiety about a lot of stuff. That's why it's called generalized. Again, go watch part 1 so that you can understand. I get to expound on the different types of anxiety from there. So this study linked maladaptive daydreaming to GAD, feeling safer in an imaginary place than the unsettling real world. Yeah. Then the final symptom of anxiety that's not commonly discussed and is not in the DSM-5 criteria is being on social media too much as an escape. Oh, this is the second last one. My bad. Being on social media too much as an escape, like just like daydreaming, you use it as a coping mechanism, but it's not healthy because it's too much screen time and you're not doing the things that need to be done. It shows that there's something you don't want to think about, there's something you don't want to deal with in your real life, that you're using social media as an escape. And finally, lack of concentration. So I wanted to put a disclaimer at the beginning of the video. I'll put it yes when I'm editing, but I also want to read it right here so that I'm not sued, but I have the best interests at heart. This is not meant to be a diagnosis criteria. Ati when you're feeling like you have anxiety, you come to my video and you're like, check. Like we all have kidogo anxiety because life is hard na kuna situations inakufanya ukuwe nervous. That doesn't mean you have anxiety. You should go to a mental health professional, seek guidance, tell them the problems you're having, have them perform assessment on you. Kuna different tests in the psychometric world za kupima whether you have anxiety. We have DSM-5, we have actual like tests. They ask you questions, you answer, then they're able to rate whether you have anxiety or not. Therefore, don't use this to self-diagnose yourself or family members. This is just for information, learn something new, and for entertainment as well if you enjoy psychological content. So disclaimer, my psychoeducation videos are for education and entertainment purposes solely. Please do not self-diagnose as a result of watching this video alone. If you suspect you or anyone close to you is suffering from anxiety or any other mental illness, I recommend seeing a mental health professional. It could be a counselor, a psychologist, or a psychiatrist. Take care, your little big sister. So like, be very careful. Like, let this not be the only piece of information you use to diagnose yourself or family. Get diagnosis from an actual professional and then discuss ways to go about treatment that is best suited for your individual case, because treatment is tailored to individual people's needs and demands. Yeah, so I just wanted to say that because I've mentioned symptoms. Uko like, I have all these symptoms. You could have all these symptoms, but it's not anxiety. You could be biting your nails because you're stressed. You could be doing the normal daydreaming. It's not maladaptive daydreaming. But wewe umesikia tu daydreaming pekee ukasema bas, I have that symptom. You could be forgetting things maybe because you have another mental disorder like dementia, maybe because you have amnesia, maybe you had a concussion to your head that affected your memory and it affected the part of the brain that deals with memory. You could be not able to sit still maybe because of one reason or the other. Like, just make sure you don't use these symptoms alone to diagnose yourself. I have the diagnostic criteria that I'm going to explain to you right about now from the DSM-5, and I explain the standards you have to meet for a mental health professional to diagnose you with generalized anxiety disorder. So kuna criteria mob, but it's very extensive so that it's accurate. Follow along. I'll be putting knickknacks here and there, like notes for you to write if you are writing, if you'll come back to this video again, or like if you will save this video for reference. It won't just be my voice, you will see like what I'm talking about up here on the screen. And I will link down the DSM-5 document. It's a big document, but I will try to link it down in the description box below so that you can do your own reading. Yeah, like do your own homework. Uko like, kisha atupimi. This is actually true. Yeah, so just a moment. Okay, we are good. So far so good. This will be a long video, but pardon me, I'm spitting gems. You better listen. You better stay till the end. Anyway, I hope you have regarded and hearkened to my voice regarding the disclaimer. Please, I do not want to be held accountable for people diagnosing themselves. Yes, let's